Hello, welcome back to Truthseekerstea. My name is Kate and I am thankful to have you here for today's pick a card reading. So today's topic, we're going to be looking at what is currently hidden about this person, meaning whoever comes to your mind, whoever you're looking for more clarity on. We're really going to be diving into what you're not currently seeing about them, and it could be something that they're holding back. Or it could just be for whatever reason, there's a lack of clarity in the situation. So it doesn't have to be something nefarious or something like negative that this person's hiding. It's more just meant to reveal anything about the situation that you're not currently seeing with a particular person. So there are 3 piles to choose from. I unfortunately did something where I accidentally used the same 2 crystals for pile number 1 and 2. So I would just go based on which deck you're feeling the most drawn to. So for pile number 1, we have the Black Tarot. For pile number 2, we have the Gold Foil Tarot. And for pile number 3, we have the Mind's Eye Tarot. So go ahead and tune into whatever pile you're feeling the most drawn to. There will be an energy check-in for each pile just to see how you would describe this person, the situation, to give you a better idea of whether or not it is your pile. There will be an extended reading as well as usual. It will be slightly different topic for each pile. So if you really feel like it's resonating and you do want to dive deeper into the reading, I will have an extended link in the description box right above the timestamps. So I'll have the timestamps linked down below, the extended reading links. I'll have these decks linked in any oracle cards that I use. And I will also have any information about me in case you're curious. Other than that, I hope you enjoy and I'll see you at your pile. So if you were just to describe this person, the situation, the connection, how would they describe it to me, Spirit? How would pile number 1 describe this connection, their thoughts and feelings about this connection, or anything else? How will they know this is their pile? Okay, so we have the 6 of Pentacles. We have the 9 of Cups in reverse. We have the High Priestess in reverse. We have the 3 of Cups. A message coming through is not knowing what this person wants. I feel like you would tell me that I feel like you want to pour into this situation, or you even like are concerned about the give and take in the connection, where I feel like maybe you feel like you're giving a little bit more and it makes you feel like you're maybe more interested, or maybe something about the way that this person like reciprocates makes you confused about what they actually want. And it could even be like, do they want something more serious? Do they want something more casual? Feels like a question. Can we clarify the 6 of Pentacles? We have the World. Yeah. It's like, what is your end game, or what do you see as a vision for this connection? You want to know that. And I feel like you don't want to pour into a situation where you're not sure if you're on the same page as this person, or, you know, if you're not going to get emotional fulfillment out of this. Yeah, with the 9 of Swords again. So I would say that you probably are in your head. You may have a tendency to overthink this connection, or like even this person's sorry, I just want to move this back. Even this person's like moves in the connection. I feel like you would tell me like, look at what this person said, or they said this and then they didn't say that, and it kind of concerns me because I feel like, what if it's this situation, or what if it turns into that? And there's kind of like a lack of reassurance, and that feeling of not knowing seems to be filled with sort of negative thoughts of like, what if it turns out to be this way? And so you might have a tendency to kind of get yourself in a spiral about this. And I think it really comes from you not being able to read the person or not having enough information even. Can we clarify the High Priestess in reverse? I feel like you're trying to keep things light, or it's almost this feeling of not wanting to like be too much or like be crazy or something. Like I feel like on the surface, you're keeping it cool with this person. Yeah, we have the Chariot in reverse. Not knowing how to move forward. You don't know what to do next in this connection. You're like, how do I move this forward? I'm not really sure. Or where is this even going? And then we have the Two of Cups here. And then the Ten of Wands in reverse. Yeah, and so I do feel like this could be stressing you out, or you might even feel like the weight of the connection is in your hands, or you're wondering if this person is like thinking about you in the same way, or like, what do they want? There's just this question of, do you see me as like relationship material? Do you see me as someone you'd want to commit to, have a long-term future with? Or are you seeing this more casually? And then in that case, I feel like there's a little bit of concern about giving to this connection then, and it just being more of a burden in your life than anything else. So that's what I would say I'm getting so far. Hopefully that either resonates or it doesn't resonate. And that can help you decide whether or not you want to continue listening. Just want to find my water really quick. Where did I put her? One second. All right, so what's important for pile number one to know about what their person is not saying, or what are they holding back? What information does pile number one need that they currently do not have? For whatever reason their person is holding back. What is the truth that is not currently being shown to pile number one about their person's feelings, thoughts, intentions, anything? Yeah, and I feel like with this Black Tarot too, it's like there's a feeling of being a little bit in the dark right now in the connection, and not being able to see exactly where it's going, or even where it stands potentially. So what is currently hidden? All right, we have the Wheel of Fortune. We have the Ace of Swords in reverse. What hidden information? We have the Ace of Pentacles in the reverse. Can we help fill in the gaps for pile number one about their person? Let's get one more. Okay, we have the Five of Pentacles. Okay. I feel like these all go together, but there's just like a lot here. So yeah, we have the Five of Pentacles, also with the Five of Cups and the Moon in the reverse position. What is hidden here in regards to pile number one's person's thoughts, feelings, intentions towards the connection? Can we clarify the Wheel of Fortune? All right, we have Judgment in the reverse. Okay, so your person almost feels like they're in somewhat of a state of disconnect from themselves, or even like they're living in like fight or flight mode, or just survival mode is how it feels. your person doesn't feel like they're in the driver's seat of their life, where they're feeling super optimistic about there's this uncertainty that your person is feeling in general, and there's somewhat of a lack of direction because of that. With the Ace of Pentacles in reverse and the Ace of Swords in reverse, it almost feels like your person doesn't know what opportunities to take in life, or doesn't really know. There's just this feeling of being disconnected from a clear thought of like manifestation of what they want. And so when you know what you want and you're trying to manifest something in your life, usually when things are presented or like opportunities are presented in front of you, there's a feeling of this is in alignment with what I want. And so I feel certain that I want to move towards that and invest in that. It almost feels like your person is lacking a clear sense of what they're trying to create. And so because of that, there's a lack of clarity around when things come into their life. There's just this sense of underwhelm, or it's like because they don't have like a passionate direction, they feel blah. Like, I'm trying to put the word together. They almost feel there's a sense of apathy coming through. So like what's kind of hidden from you is this, I would say, your person's general state of being and their sense of direction right now. And I'm hearing any way the wind blows doesn't really matter. And it's almost this energy of when you've gone through a significant amount of loss. And I feel like your person could still be recovering from like loss and change in their life to a point where they don't have a lot of stability. And it just almost feels like because of the amount of change that they're having to go through or have recently in the past gone through, maybe currently, it's giving them this feeling of nothing is permanent, or why would I get invested in something? Or like they don't want to get super invested because they're in this mindset of things are just taken away. And with the Fool here, the song by the Beatles is coming through, where I think it's called The Fool on the Hill Sees the Sun Going Down. Or I'm also hearing he's a real nowhere man, sitting in his nowhere land, making all of his nowhere plans for nobody. And so again, that just points to this like lack of clarity and sort of being in this energy of like whatever. It's this energy of kind of trying to go with the flow, I guess, or just going wherever the wind takes them and not really caring though that much like where they're going. And so I could see where that would create some confusion, especially if you have a more clear idea of what you want. You might be like what is this person's intentions, or like they're not super clear. And it's because this is like their state of being. And with Judgment in reverse, it's like this person is avoiding. There's an energy of your person having emotions that they need to process, that they need to sit with and learn lessons from, see the truth of it. But instead, it's almost like right now they're avoiding doing that, and their mode of operation is not really caring. Like, it's almost like that's the way that they're coping right now with what they've been through, is not caring like what happens or where they're pushed, because there's almost this sense of meaninglessness that your person is in. Even a sense of nihilism, like just feeling like it doesn't matter anyways, or I like am not in control anyways. And so there's a sense of like lacking willpower, and a clear sense of this is what's happened in my past. I've processed this, and now based on what happened, I'm going to readjust my goals. It's like when you go through a cycle, there's all this energy in that. And I feel like your person has been in the energy before where they did want something, or like they did, put energy into some sort of like opportunity. But it's almost like when when things go wrong or you're redirected, you can start feeling like more of like it's like sort of a victim mentality as well, where you stop realizing your ability to create in your life. And so your person's slightly disconnected from that element of creation, and it's like they're coping with the fact that things do change and life has a very cyclical nature to it, by almost just not being that invested in anything and just like almost being like not caring and not really trying to build any structure, so there's nothing that can be taken away from them with the Fool here. And this is Aquarius energy as well, with the Fool. Okay, can we clarify the Ace of Swords in reverse? This person does not have a very clear mindset right now. And I do really feel though that like with the Ace of Swords, this can be a situation where your person in the past like may have felt really sure about something, and then the Ace of Swords can be like where you didn't see things clearly, or like you made a mistake or something. So I just feel like this person is still recovering from something like that. What is hidden currently about pile number one's person? We have the King of Swords. We have the Three of Wands here. And then the Six of Cups in reverse. Yeah, and again, this is just pointing to the fact that there is a past. I randomly just get scared I'm not filming sometimes. That they're stuck in the past still. They still haven't processed what they've been through, and it's really impacting the way that they're interacting now in relationships, because with the King of Swords here too, the King of Swords for me is this energy of being confident in what you know and really being able to process mentally like information. It's just this clarity of mind and objectivity. There's sort of a lapse in that right now. And so when it comes to the Three of Wands progressing things, it's almost like they're living in like a short-term memory. Like right now, it feels like they're very short-term. I was going to say day by day, but it even feels like hour by hour. Like they're just really not thinking about what's next. They're not in an energy of thinking about that. They're just an energy of whatever's right in front of me is like kind of what I'm going to react to. Yeah. And I hope you could see how this would impact the way they're acting in the relationship with you. I hope that helps clarify whatever's miscommunication is probably going on. So there will be an extended reading. I want to see what I want to do for the extended. Let's look at how this person is feeling about you and the connection. Let's look at what their intentions are specifically for your connection as well. And then we will get you some guidance on the connection. I also want to see what your person's like next actions are going to be. So we'll go into all of that if this really feels like your reading. I'll have it linked down below. But before that, I just want to dig a little bit deeper into where this behavior is coming from, or like what you're maybe not seeing about your person. And I feel like they're maybe not telling you what's happened in the past, or because they're actively avoiding looking at it themselves. And I feel like there's more information. There's a sense of denial of what they need to process and look at. And there could even be this energy of thinking that they don't need to look to the past, but subconsciously it's ruling the way that they're acting. And so when we're running away from pain, we can take on like an ego, for example, of being like in this Fool energy of, I don't really care what happens anyways. And so that brings us a sense of security that is actually in response to this fear and pain and wound that's underneath the surface. Can we clarify this energy, Spirit? It says, I forgive myself for judging the experience of emotions I would rather not be mine. I choose to believe that when I honor each and every one of my emotional expressions, I discover a deeper wisdom not accessible through reason alone. Yeah, and it feels like it really could be, like, again, I was explaining that it's like the emotional component of what they've been through. They might be trying to like skip the process by being logical, but there's a lot of content within their emotional body that needs to be looked at. And so this person isn't super comfortable with their emotions. Literally, it says, I forgive myself for shaming myself for the emotions I feel and would rather not experience. I choose to believe that when I do not judge what wishes to be expressed through me, I gain deeper insight into what actions I may take to better support myself. We have, I forgive myself for not making the changes I know that would better support me in the realization of my desires. And I'm really getting here that this is an explanation of them not really taking responsibility for their goals. And it's almost this energy of not taking their desires and their dreams and hopes and wishes seriously to a point where they're going to take action to realize that. And so there's this energy of complacency and just not really doing what they need to do in order to move forward in their life. And so it says, I choose to believe that deeper comfort and fulfillment await me, and I may effortlessly receive them both once I surrender to the shift required to get there. And there is this shift that needs to happen that does actually involve them needing to process some of the emotions. It's like they're trying to stay in this comfort zone, but they know that there are certain actions that they need to take right now. So it says, I forgive myself for thinking I need proof I have chosen correctly before I'm allowed to enjoy what I have. I choose to believe that what is happening now is precisely what should be happening, and I align with my deepest desires when I allow myself to enjoy what is already mine. And this is that energy of not wanting to get too attached to what's before them. So especially when it comes to your relationship, like let's say that you have some, like a good thing going, or you are a good opportunity in this person's life. It's almost like because in the past they maybe felt like there was a good opportunity, but it ended up being something different. There's this feeling of, I don't really trust a situation to get like to the point where I'm going to get invested in it until I have this like certainty that this is the right thing for me. And it's just the realization that you'll never have that certainty, that it's not going to change, like that. In life, we have to kind of just go for opportunities, and sometimes they work out and sometimes they don't. And so there's kind of this feeling of wanting to control that potential loss by not really trusting that something is worth their emotional investment and their enjoyment. And there's almost this energy of, well, it might be taken away anyways. Yeah, and then so we just have another card that's pointing out that it's safe to acknowledge the dysfunction associated with continuing the behaviors that no longer serve me. And so this person just could be really acting in a way right now that doesn't have a lot of benefit for their overall highest version of themselves. Like this person is not really acting in alignment with their higher self. They're really coming from a place of unconsciousness and avoiding what they need to do in order to be in a better place in their life. And I believe that they know this on some level. So I hope this has given you some clarity on what's going on behind the scenes with your person that they potentially are not communicating, or that you're just not able to see. So I hope this has been helpful for you guys. I'm going to take it into the extended, again, where we're going to be looking at your person's feelings for you, what their intentions are for the connection, or what they want, what their next actions are going to be, and then guidance for you. Other than that, if you found this reading to be helpful, if you're able to hit the like button, leave a comment. It's really helpful for me, and I appreciate your guys' support in that way. And if you want to see more pick a card readings, I would love for you to subscribe to my channel and put the notification bell on so you're able to see future pick a card readings. It's been an honor to read for you, and I hope to connect with you again sometime soon. Hello, pile number 2. Welcome to your reading. If you chose the Gold Foil Tarot and the Citrine Point, this is going to be your pile. So we're going to be looking at what is currently hidden about your person. What are they holding back? What are you not seeing? And it doesn't necessarily have to be something nefarious. It's just what is hidden from you. And it's really meant to help you with any confusion that you have about a certain person or connection. We are going to start off with an energy check-in where I'm going to be looking at what you would tell me about this connection or this person. So how you would describe it to me. So please tune me into pile number 2's relationship. How would pile number 2 describe their position in this connection, or if they were talking to me, if they were giving me like an update on this situation, what would they say in regards to their thoughts, feelings about this person, this relationship? This has a very satisfying shuffle. What would pile number 2 tell me about this connection? We have the Page of Cups in the reverse. We have the Ace of Cups. We have Justice. That's Libra energy. What would pile number 2 tell me about this connection? They were updating me about this situation. All right, we have the Tower. Can we clarify the Page of Cups in reverse? We have the Six of Swords in reverse. Yeah, okay, so a message I'm getting here, so sorry, a song is like really loudly coming through. Wildfire by Cautious Clay. And so I feel like this is a new relationship or a new emotional opportunity with a person. So for some of you, this could be someone you've already had a falling out with from your past, like returning. And there's almost this energy of not knowing of whether or not you should open up your heart again. So either it could be to the same person from the past, and it's like there could be baggage in the situation. There's baggage emotionally in regards to relationships either way. So I feel like you would explain either that this person, you've already had some level of disappointment, or like there's water under the bridge with someone already, or the water or your past experience is causing you to be hesitant about a new opportunity because of what's happened to you in the past. And so there's a real concern here with getting into a relationship and it not being balanced and fair, it not being something that you can rely on with the Tower. There's almost this fear of getting invested in something and then it falling apart, or there being some sort of hidden caveat. And so yeah, if it's the same person, you might be feeling like, I don't know if I can trust what they're presenting to me. Either way, there's a feeling of that. we clarify the Ace of Cups? We have the Sun. Yeah, I feel like you would say, though, that there's... I mean, this maybe feels more relevant for... There's this energy here of whether or not you want to be optimistic and kind of take everything as it is. I feel like on the surface, whatever someone's presenting to you seems like you can't find any specific reason why you should be closed off to it. So it's almost this energy of like everything is like seemingly perfect, but there's still just this part of me that isn't sure about it. So we also have Leo energy here. It's like, from what you can tell, like there's no reason to hold back besides what you've already experienced in the past and not wanting to go through that again. Or potentially like just like not even being over a situation as well. And if it's the same person, it's like not being over what happened. And with the Page of Cups, it could be like an apology, but for others, it could be just like a love offer from someone new. We clarify Justice. We have the Hangman. I'm really getting, for some of you, this could be someone who's coming back to make things right with you. Yeah, I'm really getting, I just heard, or I'm hearing New Light by John Mayer. So this could be someone that you're not sure if you want to, there's this energy of pausing to assess the situation, but also looking at this from every angle and wondering if this is something that you can move forward with. It's almost like you're just in this pause while you're assessing whether or not this seems to be in your best interest. For some of you, it's someone that's wanting you to give them another chance or to have a new perspective, or in general, the situation is asking you to have a new perspective on what's possible in a relationship. If it's not the same person, it's like this energy of, you know, I am not sure if I really can look at this situation through a different lens that isn't kind of what I experienced in the past here. Can we clarify the Tower? Okay, we have the Nine of Swords and then the Knight of Swords, Knight of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah, so again here, this is just expressing that you do have like these fears of what could happen if you do move forward in this connection. If you do, it's like there's a very different energy between the Hangman and the Knight of Swords, where it's like there's this feeling of I'm afraid to go all in, or I'm afraid to move forward, or to be really sure about this. I feel like I really need to like slow down and make sure that this is a good decision for me. This is also Pisces energy. And with the Knight of Pentacles in reverse, I feel like you're slowing things down, or like things are really slowing down, or like you want to slow things down to make sure that this is something that could have a strong foundation or something that you can rely on. There's a question of reliability here, and not wanting to jump into something too quickly that isn't going to be reliable for you. So that's what I'm seeing. Hopefully that gives you a better idea of whether or not this is your pile. So now we're going to look at what is currently hidden from you about this person, what you're not seeing about them, what they're holding back from you. And I feel like this really makes sense why you'd be at this reading, just given what came through in the energy check-in. feel like this is just the topic that you guys probably want to hear. Get a sip of water. And also the Knight of Swords is just this energy of being very sure about what you're thinking. And so I just feel like there's just this unsure sort of trepidation that you're feeling. But anyways, Spirit, can we now tune into what pile number 2's person is currently hiding from them, intentionally or unintentionally? What do they not see about their person's thoughts, feelings, or just the overall relationship? What are they not seeing about their person, if anything? All right, we have Death in reverse. And you know what? I did hear this message where it's like, it could be that you are hesitant to move forward in the connection because of what's happened in your past or baggage there. But it's also was coming through, but I just didn't say it for some reason, that maybe you're concerned that your person has baggage. And with the Death in reverse, that's reminding me of that. So in case that like further resonates. Yeah, there's this feeling of like, is this really a clean, fresh start? Can it be that? We have Scorpio energy with Death. Okay, what is hidden? What's useful for pile number 2 to know that they don't currently see about their person? The Queen of Pentacles. We have the Two of Swords. What do they not currently see? We have Justice. Libra, more Libra energy. Can we clarify Death in reverse? I don't know if this wants to be upright or not. Yeah, I think it's in reverse. So Two of Wands in reverse. Or just kind of like sideways, if anything. Can we clarify the Queen of Pentacles? We have the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Can we clarify the Two of Swords? We have the Ten of Pentacles and then the Five of Wands. I'm hearing the like Beautiful Things song that's like, please stay, I want you, I need you. Like, don't take these beautiful things that I've got. Can we clarify Justice? The Ten of Cups. And then the Three of Swords at the back of the deck. Okay, so I feel like what you actually don't see about your person is that they also, that you guys are more similar than you realize, if anything. That you guys are mirroring each other a lot, where, sorry, there was something very specific coming through. They are also afraid of getting invested in something I just want to, they are afraid of getting invested in something and then it being like taken away, or like, I just feel like your person is coming out of like a difficult cycle where things didn't go their way, or they had to go through a lot of changes that were painful for them. I feel like that is, there's no person that your person is attached to. I feel like I need to say that. It's more that your person is having a hard time letting go of what their past experiences did to their psyche around what their future can look like with another person. And like, so there's this energy here around your person going through a transformation and still coming to an understanding of what I'm hearing like a past relationship or past building experience with someone was meant to teach them and what they're really meant to take away from that. And so with the Three of Swords, what you might not see is that your person also has wounds when it comes to trusting in something and investing in it for the long term, or expecting that things are going to go in the right direction. And there's kind of this energy here where justice is all about when you it's like you reap what you sow. So in this case, it feels like this concept of, if I put all of the work in and do my best, then I will get the outcome that I deem positive. And I feel like your person has had the experience of trying their best in a relationship, but it not turning out to be successful. And so that has left an imprint on their psyche when it comes now to what they imagine for their future. And I feel like with the Two of Swords, your person is feeling conflicted about how they feel about long-term, about like really having a vision for long-term happiness. And it also feels like your person is trying to understand what that looks like for them with the Ten of Cups and the Ten of Pentacles. It feels like there's this feeling that your person has. They almost feel like they can't have the Ten of Cups and the Ten of Pentacles. There's this feeling that your person has, or like this belief that these two things are at odds with one another. They're having a hard time seeing how building tradition, foundation, family translates to emotional happiness. It's almost like they feel like they have to have one or the other. And so they feel slightly torn but I feel like I need to explain that belief isn't true. Yeah. And so it's like with the Three of Swords here, it's like their head versus their heart. Where it's almost like your person is needing to realize or understand that like fate still has a hand in things. And just because they've maybe experienced it this way, and it could be that they grew up feeling like in order to keep the family together, there had to be a sacrifice of emotional happiness, or the opposite, where we couldn't hold the family together, but emotional happiness was prioritized. And so it really feels like this is a journey of merging these two and finding the balance between the Ten of Pentacles and the Ten of Cups. And letting go of a version of self that contains all these beliefs and wounds and memories and future desires that belong to someone that is more wounded when it comes to, or I don't even want to say wounded, like the way that the wounds have affected a person. So it's like there are wounds. It's like your person is in the process of realizing that there are actually wounds underneath their beliefs and the decisions that they're making. And I feel like this person has this underlying process or journey of letting go of overthinking this, or I don't know, seeing things as mutually exclusive. Is that the right word? It's almost this energy of your person needing to just follow their heart without thinking too much about what that looks like, you know? And it's almost about like detaching values that we've placed on certain things. So it's like associations we have that aren't helpful. Yeah. I have to go to the bathroom. So what's coming through, for example, to explain this really is like Bridgerton, if you guys have seen the show. Cannot wait for part 2 of season 3 to come out. If for those of you that haven't watched it, it's just like a period piece where where marriage is a really big deal and like status and everything like that. And it's like the concept of marrying for reasons other than love. And for example, like Queen Charlotte, so she ends up marrying like the king, and that sounds obvious, but she's like forced into that, and everyone around them only sees her job as being this role with the Queen of Pentacles, like being this mother, like producing heirs, and no one really cares about what she wants, or no one really cares about if she's happy or not. It's like that's her duty, and her marriage represents her duty, and it's not going to be about her emotional happiness, or decisions aren't going to be made from that place. And so it feels like with the Two of Swords and the Two of Wands, there is a decision, or your person, what you might not see, or like what's hidden is coming through, is that they're in this process of debating like two sides of something. And on the flip side of really just marrying for the practicality of it, there's also situations in the show where, due to societal reasons, which like I obviously don't agree with, but there can be people who have higher status that like fall in love with someone who is like, I don't know, a dancer or something, but they don't have a status themselves, so it's not acceptable. They can't build something together, like it just wouldn't work, or it wouldn't be acceptable, and it's something they have to kind of accept. And so in that case, that would be like all 10 of Cups, but there's no really potential to like build something that can last, because it's like a polar opposite situation. And so I feel like there's this energy of thinking in extremes and trying to figure out how to blend these two situations. And understanding that if something, it's like if they've had past experiences, like within their own family or within their own relationships, in these varying degrees of a relationship that's more practical, versus one where there's a lot of love, or like love is the main factor, but like there might just be mismatches when it comes to like how realistic it would be to have like a long-term relationship, like those two. It's the need to understand that even though you can decide and you can try to go one way or the other, there's almost this energy of understanding that there is this element of fate involved, to a point where it can take some of the responsibility and overthinking, and trying to like categorize everything. I feel like your person's really overthinking the future and what they want or what they can have, and trying to understand how these things fit together. But there's almost this element of spirit just being like, let fate direct you and let your intuition direct you. Like, yes, it's this concept coming through of like over intellectualizing because of a need for control and to prevent like pain. And so I feel like your person is in this process of letting go of this need to like analyze everything and make a decision from this like very like mental place to just going with what they're being called to do, even if they don't know exactly like how it's going to turn out, or, you know, whether it is one of these situations or that situations. I hope that makes sense. So this is what is going on with your person that spirit wants to illuminate for you. Yeah, okay, that's interesting. Sorry that I like spoke really slowly during that. It was like coming through in a way. And what I'm getting here is that with Scorpio and death in reverse, I feel like this is really subconscious for your person. And it's almost this process of like uprooting the subconscious way of being, or like an old self that operated a certain way, and changing into a new way. And so I feel like with the 8th house, it also has to do with, I don't know, like shared money and like inheritance and things like that, and like power dynamics. So I don't really know exactly why I'm adding that, but anyways, let's see what else comes through. There's this feeling here of like spirit just being like, don't overthink why something didn't work out in the past and base your decisions on what you've experienced. Like it's not always black and white and like linear as to like why things happen the way they do. Like there's some truth to this, but at the same time there's also a lot more nuance, and like spirit has like a divine plan is almost what spirit would say to this person. And there's no way to prevent heartbreak. There's no way to prevent that without holding yourself back. And I really don't think your person wants to hold themselves back. I feel like they're actually trying to make the best decision for themselves. It's almost just like coming to this conclusion them on their own. So what else is hidden, or what else is important to be revealed to pile number 2 about their person? We have suppression of a star being by hands unworthy. We have the all-knower, predictions of growth. Yeah, and then we have good things. Okay, so what I'm seeing here, yeah, we have under a spell as well. So your person truly does share like a fear of almost like making the wrong decision and then something turning out to be other than what they had expected it to be. Especially this seems to be their biggest fear. Their biggest fear is ending up in a situation that suppresses them or holds them back from their emotional happiness. Like that is their biggest fear. And with the all-knower here, I feel like this really just speaks to this person's feeling of like, I am trying to know everything, or like I'm trying to have all the information, but there's almost this energy of needing to trust that the all-knower actually is spirit and like universal intelligence. And as long as you're in tune with your intuition, you're on the right path. Spirit also wants you to understand that this person is in a process of developing and growing, and they are going to be changing. This isn't like a stagnant energy that's going to define the rest of your relationship. With good things in reverse, it's almost like your person is afraid to embrace good things if it comes with the risk of being suppressed or controlled, or oppressed would be the right word. And so they probably experience like oppressive relationships where it's like they maybe could have, well, like as a kid, it could be that they had an environment that was oppressive, and did not make them happy, but they like had to be, they needed that obviously as a kid, because we depend on our caregivers. So yeah, there's just this big fear of not being aware and making the wrong choice. Yeah, the gallery of those that came before. So there's this energy here of your person needing to let go of what they a limited perspective of what can be for a long-term relationship is the best way I would describe it. And to understand that they're going to carve their own path that's going to be unique to them. Yeah. Okay. Just want to see how long I've been filming. Okay, let's just get a couple more cards. And so we are going to go into an extended. Let's look at how your person is feeling about you. Let's look at what your person is currently wanting. Like, what are they leaning towards? Or like what vision, let's look at what vision they currently have for your relationship. And then we can just get guidance for you on the connection. And I also want to look at like how you can best navigate this connection, like what energy is useful and what energy is not useful in the guidance portion. Can we clarify this energy, please? That is not clear 100% to pile number 2 about their person. Okay, so it says, I forgive myself for feeling as though if I don't do it, no one will. I choose to believe that when I allow others to prioritize tasks as they see fit, I allow them to clarify what is important so that they may pursue a life more resonant with their truest selves. There's this feeling here as they see fit. They almost feel like, I think this is the kind of person that feels very responsible for other people. And so it's hard for them to see how being like with the Queen of Pentacles especially, it's like being in like a caregiver role or like something more committed almost for them equals taking on other people's burdens or responsibilities and then not being as emotionally happy. What else? And it's like they're learning that they can be in a partnership with someone and allow that person to figure things out for themselves. Like there's just this energy of needing to realize that there is an ability to maintain like a sense of self whilst in an interdependent relationship. It says, I forgive myself for feeling as though I may be selfish should I pursue something that's solely mine. So we have 2 caregiver purpose seeker cards. It says, yeah, there's this energy here of this person just wanting to have their own individual purpose and being afraid that if they're become a caregiver, that they're gonna have to give up their personal purpose for someone else. So it says, I choose to believe that when I give myself permission to explore what's important to me, I invite others to explore more of what brings them fulfillment as well. Yeah, so it's really this energy of I'm almost afraid to be emotionally invested or to like have expectations and responsibilities in a relationship, because how can I do that and still have my individual purpose? And how am I going to continue to grow as a person? And so they're struggling to see how these two go together. Yeah, I'm definitely getting this. I forgive myself for taking myself more seriously than is helpful to me. I choose to believe that when I allow myself to lighten up, my entire being becomes illuminated with the intuitive wisdom that aligns me with my highest potential. And again, this is that control seeking, the genius, feeling like you have to know everything and feeling like a lot of pressure when life can be lived more lightheartedly, where you kind of just trust where you're going and it's not all on your shoulders to make the right decision. And it's like the more you detach from needing to control and know everything, it's like the more we're trying to know sometimes in a situation or I'm sorry, I didn't finish my sentence there, but it's like, I feel like this person at a young age felt like a lot of pressure to understand the nuances of something intellectually as a way of being in control of the situation then. And there's almost spirit being like, give up that survival mechanism of feeling like you have to rely on your logical brain to guide you. You can trust in your intuition and what feels right, and understand that the consequences of each decision that you make is not as dire as you may feel due to a childhood wound. Because sometimes, like, if we develop this at a very young age where we feel like we have to be really sure about the decisions we make, or like it's kind of high stakes, it's because it's life or death. Like, it feels that way subconsciously as a kid. So, being able to understand a parent, for example, that has a drinking problem, understanding their nuances, their patterns, can help you make decisions for your safety. And so you can inherently then have this intense pressure on yourself to, like, a hypervigilant energy of like not wanting to miss anything. But that can go into overdrive, and it's just the need to understand that can come from a wounded place, and that your person can now release that. So that's what I'm getting. So I guess like what I would like summarize this up to be is that your person really overthinks things and feels this really strong pressure to make like the right decision, or make a decision that isn't going to put themselves in harm's way. And that is something that they're working on releasing, so they can move in this connection, trusting that they can follow their intuition and everything's going to be okay. Even if they don't fully know what's going to happen. So yeah, that's what I am seeing for you guys. I hope this has been helpful. For those of you that want to go deeper into it, looking at how your person is feeling about you, looking at what their current vision for the connection is, how best to navigate the situation, and guidance, I'll have it linked down below in the description box. Other than that, if you're able to hit the like button, leave a comment, I really appreciate that kind of feedback. So thank you for taking the time to do that. And if you want to see more pick a card readings from my channel, I would love for you to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you're able to see future readings from my channel. Other than that, it's been an honor to read for you guys, and I hope to connect with you again soon. Hello, pile number 3. Welcome to your reading. If you chose the Mind's Eye Tarot and this clear quartz raw crystal, this is going to be your reading, where we're looking at what is currently hidden about your person. What are they holding back? What do you not know? So anything of that kind of information is what I'm going to be pulling. It doesn't have to be something nefarious. It's really meant to be what you're not seeing, what this person's holding back, essentially. So we'll get into it with any intentions behind it, or we'll also look into whether or not this person is intentionally holding it back, or if it's just something that you're not able to see for whatever reason. So before we get into it, I do want to do a quick energy check-in and just see how you would describe this connection to me, and so I can mirror that back to you, and hopefully you can get a better idea of whether or not this is your pile. So for pile number 3, how would they describe this connection to me? How would they describe this connection, this person? Anything that's relevant to them that helps them know whether or not this is their pile. We have the Empress. We have the King of Swords in the reverse. We have the Hangman in reverse. Four of Cups. And we have the Five of Cups here as well. Okay, so there's something here about you feeling like your person is not seeing something, or there's this sense of them being unaware or unwilling to look at something. I don't know exactly what it is yet, but it just feels like there's this energy of like a lack of an awareness and sort of like a willful ignorance with your person. It's this feeling of not wanting to see the truth of something or not wanting to look at something, which I can imagine could be frustrating for you, especially coming through with this Empress here. There's almost this feeling of like, what are you thinking, or are you not thinking at all? Are you not assessing? Are you not reflecting on the connection? I'll get more clarifiers to see, but we also have the Five of Cups here in reverse. Okay, this almost even feels like maybe there's been some kind of disappointment within this connection, and it's hard to like get a hold of like if this person cares, or like what are they thinking. This even could be you saying that like this person is maybe in more of a like closed down, like depressed kind of an energy, or an energy that's emotionally closed down, or like this person's turned away in some capacity. Let's get more into it. What else would pile number 3 tell me about this connection? Can we clarify the Empress? I feel like you want to support this person. I feel like you have love for this person, and I feel like there's this energy of wanting to be there for them, wanting to talk with them, wanting to connect with them, but like not being able to reach them or not being on the same page. Can we clarify the Empress? We have the Ace of Cups. Can we clarify the King of Swords in reverse? We have the Ten of Wands, the Chariot, and then the Hermit in reverse. Yeah, so that's that isolation energy with the Hermit. It's either an energy where this person is pushing you away, or it's like your person is trudging forward without taking time to slow down and reflect, and bring more emotional awareness to themselves. Like there's almost this feeling with the Ten of Wands where there's a heaviness with your person, like a sense of overwhelm or feeling overburdened. And honestly, this feeling of needing help, or, you know, they would benefit from support right now, but it feels like this person is either being like hyper independent and not wanting to open up and receive that support. And it's almost this energy of pushing forward at all costs, even though you're not like happy with something, or you're not, like you're kind of missing the point. It just almost feels like there's something going on in this person's life where they do need to slow down and really assess things and make a decision or make some kind of a change. Even it could be that this person doesn't want to make some kind of a change in their life, but there's some unhappiness that they're experiencing, a sense of overwhelm. They may need to reprioritize something in their life, or they need to see something from a different perspective, but there's this unwillingness to do that, maybe because of fear of change that would bring. And so for the meantime, it almost feels like they're avoiding doing that introspective work. It also could be they're like not wanting to talk about it because they're also not reflecting about it with themselves. So it's almost like they might push away. Like, let's say you're able to see that this person is dealing with something, or that there is maybe something that they need to reflect on. If you are very empathetic and like intuitive, you might pick up on that. But with the Chariot here, there's almost this energy of trying to push forward just like with willpower, and sort of ignoring like constraints that they may need to take into account right now. And so I feel like with the Ace of Cups here, though, there's this feeling of you having, again, like love for this person or wanting to offer support to them, but feeling like there's a blockage that has more to do with something in their life. Yeah, so we clarify the Hangman in reverse. Yeah, we have the Eight of Swords. Again, it's a situation where it's like this person, it seems like they're stuck in something with the Four of Cups, where it's like they're not happy, but there's this feeling of a blockage from going to the 4 to the 5, where it's like staying in maybe stability, but complacency and avoiding change because change can be difficult. Yeah, not wanting, maybe being change resistant and almost picking a situation where they're feeling stuck. Like they feel stuck in some way. It's almost like you're looking at this and it's like this person is actually not stuck in some circumstance that is burdening them. They don't need to just push forward. They really should take time to reassess things and see maybe what needs to change. And especially if this person needs to let go of certain things in order for this connection, or maybe this is like a newer beginning. This, for some of you, this could be a newer connection and you're trying to connect with this person, or it could be sort of a renewal of a connection. I don't need to get too specific with that, but it just feels like you're looking for a fresh start with this person, or yeah, like there's either a renewal in this connection or it's a new beginning, but it feels blocked because of this person's current situation and the way that they're relating to it emotionally, and it's kind of making it harder for them to take action in this connection that is in alignment with their emotions and what they really want. And so they might be sort of not honoring themselves right now in their life, and you may feel that this person does have love for you and that there is a strong connection, but it's almost like this person needs to recognize their own power in their life, and not be afraid to look at whatever's going on in their life that is making them feel stuck, drained, not emotionally fulfilled. Like they need to look at that. Yeah, and with the Hangman in reverse, it's almost like it's interesting because the Eight of Swords and the Hangman are both cards of being sort of stuck and bound, but with the Hangman, it's a voluntary action. And so I almost feel like they feel, for whatever reason, they're not able to slow down or like look at things from a different perspective. Like they may, again, like feel like they just have to keep pushing forward. But it's like this lack of, they need reflection and mental clarity. So they can really be sure of what they think in their life. There could be a lot of voices around this person or a lot of demands on this person. Okay. Can we clarify the Four of Cups? Yeah, we have the High Priestess, the King of Cups, Queen of Swords, and the World in reverse. Okay, I'm just going to take these, then the Lovers at the back of the deck. So yeah, I'm seeing with the High Priestess, again, this is this energy of your person being cut off from their intuition and like their emotions with the King of Cups here. It's like the more stagnant they stay in this situation where there's like complacency, it's like they're ignoring their intuition and they're ignoring like the connection between what they intuitively know and feel and what the fact that that is valuable information. And so it's like this disconnect between their intuition and emotions and that connecting to their logical decision-making process and like what they know. It's almost like they can push away these like feelings within that something is not right in a situation. And with the Queen of Swords here, there could be a figure in this person's life that really is critical of them or like has a lot of control of them, or they may allow other people to decide for them, or they may give away their power. And with the World in reverse, it almost feels like this is a cycle that they're needing to end. It almost feels like your person is in this lesson of like, what is love? Like there's a question of what's love, and recognizing that love and like relationships that are important in your life shouldn't be ones that put you in a state of fear and require you to make decisions out of fear. And I feel like with the world in reverse, there's almost this energy of your person. It feels like there's this sort of like threatening energy towards this person. It doesn't have to be overt. It could be very covert, but it almost just feels like your person subconsciously feels like if they do honor their emotions and make decisions that aren't in alignment with what other people want, they're afraid of what that is going to end in their life, like what chapters that's going to end. And so it just almost feels like they have relationships that are contingent on them acting or being in a way that serves other people over themselves. And so it's almost like this lesson of this person needing to realize that like what they feel in their heart and in their intuition should come before concerns about how that will impact other people. And it's almost this energy of like, well, if I do reflect on these thoughts, I'm afraid of what I'm going to find, because what if what I find is something that causes people to abandon me, and I'm afraid of that. So that's the energy that your person is in. So hopefully that is helpful. Yeah, and with the Lovers here, it's like learning how to make like self-honoring choices. And with the Knight of Swords, yeah, look at this. The Knight of Swords and the Knight of Pentacles, it's like learning that being sure of yourself and taking action based on your truth and what you know to be true, based on your sense of self-sovereignty and independence, a willingness to make decisions and go take action towards things that are interesting to you, even if it comes at the cost of a relationship, or even if that causes painful endings. It's like realizing that that's worth it. It's not worth it to put like this like 10 of Pentacles like before your exploration in life and moving forward and in making decisions that excite you and following your passion and really stepping into your power with the Magician here, and letting go of the Devil, like any ties that relationships that are more restricting than empowering and supportive. And so it also feels like your person with the Empress coming through, it does feel like this could be some sort of dynamic that your person has in relationship to feminine energy, like feeling like they're only going to be nurtured and accepted and supported and loved if they show up in a certain way in their life. And so they may have had a feminine energies in their life that have had very like conditional love for them. And so I feel like you might be showing up with this more genuine love for this person, and it might be hard for this person, or not hard for them. We'll actually see. I'm not going to assume that, but let's get into what this person's holding back, what you don't see, what's hidden. Just want to get a sip of water. Okay. So for pile number 3, what is currently hidden? What is pile number 3's person holding back? What information is useful for them to understand about this person, this connection? We have the Knight of Swords. We have the Three of Wands in reverse. The Magician in reverse. We have the Nine of Cups. Can we clarify the Knight of Swords? We have Strength. Can we clarify the Three of Wands in reverse? We have the Two of Wands. Can we clarify the Magician in reverse? We have the Seven of Cups in reverse. Can we clarify the Nine of Cups? We have the Ten of Swords. And then the Four of Pentacles at the back of the deck. Okay, so what's coming through is that your person, okay, one second, let me just get situated here. So your person is somewhat afraid of moving things forward with you and trusting in the unknown and sort of following their heart. So what you should know is that this person does really want you, and if you are a wish fulfillment for this person, you really light this person up, and the emotions are very genuine and true. And so I feel like some of you guys need to hear that this person isn't intentionally wanting to hurt you, or they don't have any bad intentions. What's coming through is this complex of being afraid to take the risk of taking on this connection out of fear that they won't be successful, or not knowing what's going to happen. Like with the Seven of Cups in reverse, there's this aversion to like they feel like it's like taking a gamble. So it's like, even though there could be something in their life that they really, really want, they can tend to doubt their capacity to make it really happen. And they may see, and it's like this Ace of Cups moment feels like it's here, where there's this opportunity, and it's like your person can look at that like the Seven of Cups, where it's like, what if this turns out to be something different? And it's like with the Seven of Cups, there's something different in every single cup. And it's almost this fear that I could say too good to be true, but it's more that it's like a cost risk benefit ratio that it feels like your person does, and they have a tendency to be conservative with that. And so with the Three of Wands in reverse, they're afraid of things not turning out in the way that they plan, or they're afraid of things not going to plan, or with the Two of Wands, the Three of Wands in reverse, it's almost like this energy where in the Two of Wands, you make this decision where you kind of take a chance at the Two of Wands. You decide to leave behind something that's more in your comfort zone for the opportunity to expand and explore some kind of a passion. And so I feel like that's where you guys are at. But with the Three of Wands in reverse, it almost just feels like this person's already considering, well, what if I take this risk and then it turns out to be something different? And there's almost this fear of being confident with the Knight of Swords and like taking action and really stepping into making it happen, especially like with the Magician here. It's almost like it's this energy of when you want to create something in your life, or you want some kind of an outcome, it requires you to take inspired action and to have some kind of a strategy for the desired outcome. And so it almost feels like this is where there's a blockage with your person, because they are potentially acting in ways that are more in alignment with the belief that it's too risky, or that it's not gonna turn out the way that they want. And so it's like with that subconscious belief, then they're taking actions in a way that sabotages the connection, because it's like not really giving it a chance, or it's almost the energy of perfectionism, where it's like, if you aren't sure that something is going to be perfect, or like going to be the way that you expect it to be, it's almost like you procrastinate, or you don't want to start, or you feel like afraid to start because there's that fear of failure. And so there's this fear of failure that your person has with this connection. And with the Strength card, it's like, but I do feel that it is a battle with your person right now. Like, I don't feel like this conservative side is completely winning with them, but it's almost like what you need to see is that there's this challenge that they're having, where their strength and confidence. So we have Leo energy coming through. There's a need for this person to follow their heart and face their fears as they navigate this connection. And if taking steps forward without letting themselves act from a fear-based position. And so it's really about confidence here with your person, where it's like, they're being pushed to step up to the plate and have confidence and make things happen, but there is this fear of this self-doubt. There's this self-doubt and all of these fear-based thoughts that are holding your person back from acting in a way that's certain and in alignment with what they actually really want. So there's kind of this at odds with themselves energy. Let me get a sip of water. Yeah, and with this Four of Pentacles here, like this just really represents that almost like wanting to stay in your root chakra energy. Yeah, we have the Six of Wands here. Yeah, and your person may not want you to see that they are struggling with their confidence or struggling in their capacity. They may try to look like, they may want you to see them in this positive light, but under the surface, it does feel like they are holding back and they are afraid to really give their all or like take a risk, take a chance here. And it's really giving, like this person may be like very logical, but it's just giving like this cost benefit ratio energy where it's almost like thinking about an investment. It's like if your person is risk averse with their investment, this is the kind of person who maybe likes to follow what's more tried and true. They may have like a harder time with change, or they may just feel most confident in situations that like they've navigated before, or doing things the way that they've always done them because they know that there's guaranteed success with that way. And so it just feels like this person is more ingrained within that kind of an energy. But I want to clarify, why is the Ten of Swords here? We are going to be doing an extended reading, by the way. So if this really resonates and you want to go deeper into the reading, I will have an extended linked down below. We are going to be determining the topic in a little bit just to see what gaps I want to fill in for you guys. So stay tuned for that if it does really resonate. Why is the Ten of Swords here? We have the Seven of Wands. Okay, so with the Ten of Swords here, I'm getting this energy of self-betrayal, and this person, there's this almost, again, this is coming through, this already came through in the energy check-in, but it's just, I'm going to reiterate it. It's like with the Seven of Wands here, your person is afraid of being in this energy, is afraid of being in this energy where they're standing really true to their values and what they want, and they're not letting other people come in and make them doubt themselves or get them to do what they want. It's like the Seven of Wands is this very like self-dignified energy of staying true, standing your ground and staying true to yourself and really putting yourself first against any adversity that's coming from the outside. And there's almost this energy of maybe this situation requiring that this person does stand up more for their values or for what they want. And with it's just this energy of needing to see that this person may try to stay small in order to avoid other people coming at them or disapproving of them. It's just that energy of like when you really take your power back and you make decisions for yourself and you shine and you go after what you want, like that can be threatening to other people that may have benefited from you sacrificing yourself for their agenda. And so there's almost just this whole theme going on of like this belief that this person has that if they take risks and really put themselves first and, you know, allow themselves to go after what they want, they feel that may be a betrayal to other people, or they may even feel that that's wrong, or that is going to disrupt their security. There's just this fear of like abandonment and even feeling like it's their responsibility. They just don't see that it's very much in their right and in their power to live their life in a way that honors themselves and honors what they want for their future. It's almost this energy where people may have like manipulated this person into feeling like they can't trust what they think, they can't trust their decisions, but it's always because they want to control them, or they want something from them, or some kind of, it benefits them in some way. And so if your person is very used to relationships that are based on that kind of a exchange, it's just this energy of this subconscious fear of, I've been taught that I can't make decisions for myself, or that is very risky, and it's better to stick to what I know. And so there just could be messaging that this person has had when they're growing up, or, you know, it's just this sneaky energy that may have happened when they've been encouraged to not defend themselves. They've been encouraged to not argue with others, or stand with their point against others, and like really stand their ground and be like, well, you know, whether you like it or not, this is my decision, or whether you like it or not, this is what I'm doing because it's my life, you know? And it's just kind of having the strength to be able to do that, and the sense of ego to do that. And it's almost this fear. And so it could be that your person really runs off of, they may have a hard time self-validating themselves. There could be self-worth issues, and this feeling of, my sense of self-worth comes from other people's acceptance of me. And so it's like, if I make these decisions and other people don't accept me, then I can't accept myself. And so it's learning to accept yourself and understand that it's worth it to take these risks and make these decisions, even if it doesn't turn out to be what you want. It's like, you don't have to prove that you've made the right decision. And it almost feels like that, where it's like, maybe this person can imagine a scenario where like they do kind of make decisions that are not what other people want. And then like, let's say it doesn't work out, and then they're just imagining like that situation and like how bad that would be, or like how much that would like hurt their self-esteem, or like hurt their confidence. And it's like, I'm hearing that this person should read The Subtle Art of Not Giving an F. Like, I feel like that would be a good read for your person. But so anyways, it's almost like Spirit just wants you to understand that this is the underworkings of perhaps what is holding this connection back, or why your person is acting the way they are, you know, etc. So let's get a couple oracle cards. And they could have even had people like shame them for certain decisions in the past, or just be like critical of them. And so it's like, if they've had really I feel like this person's very hard on themselves. This person does not like to fail. And they may also like coming off to you like very assured. Like, this person doesn't like to they feel safer in a sense of like being everything for everyone else, and being the person who is like very self-assured and able to kind of be in a powerful position. And so it's like, this person can have a hard time. I'm hearing the song Scared to Start. It's just that energy of like, I'm scared to start something where it does make me feel more vulnerable, or it does, maybe I do need more compassion and support and help. Because it's like, this person has learned to survive by being the one who's always giving, or being the one that is responsible for everyone, with this 10 of with this 10 of Wands in reverse. And it's like this Queen of Cups in reverse. It just feels like there's people that are emotionally like relying on this person, or this person has been made to feel responsible for other people in a way that is not fair to them. Okay, so what else can you tell us about what pile number 3 is, what's potentially hidden about pile number 3's person? We have Rest and Rejuvenate. Yeah, and so they may have this energy, again, with that Chariot, of just like really pushing themselves and not prioritizing their sense of well-being, not prioritizing themselves. It's like, this person probably needs to take a break, or say no, or really pour into themselves before they pour into other people. But I feel like they have a hard time with that. And it kind of keeps them in this state of like overwhelm, and where it's actually harder for them then to make decisions that are clear-headed and in alignment with what they want. We have Man holding a coin. We have All Tied Up. Yeah, I'm definitely getting this all tied up energy. Can we get one more for clarifying this energy, please? We have Cornucopia in the reverse. And then the Garden in the Gate. Yeah, I'm definitely getting the Garden in the Gate. Yeah, and so with the man holding a coin here, this person may really struggle to prioritize their emotional self in favor of their like material world, their financial well-being. There's almost this feeling of, if I don't do it, no one will, and I won't, and everyone else kind of needs me. And so it's almost like they feel like they are in this Eight of Swords energy, like their hands are tied, or like they have to be this productive. They have to show up for everyone, or else like the sun won't rise without them. It's like everyone's relying on me. There's this kind of energy like that. And it's almost this feeling of not realizing that they deserve to receive too, and that they don't always have to be the person responsible for everything. And with the garden and the gate, it's like, it feels like this feels very, it feels like the garden and the gate comes at the expense of this journey energy. This journey energy is all about that Two of Wands. Being able to see life as like a journey where you prioritize your spiritual and emotional growth, your personal development, rather than staying like stagnant in one sort of a place where it's like there may be comfort, there may be familiarity and stability, but it's like what's outside of the gate may hold more value for you, for this person, for most people, I guess. Okay, what do I want to get into for the extended? I want to look at how this person is honestly feeling about you. I want to see what they truly want for this connection, and then I want to see what their next actions are going to be towards you, and then we'll just finish off with some guidance. So if you guys are interested, I'll have it linked in the description box. Thank you to everyone that supports me through the extended readings. I do appreciate it. Okay, let's get a couple more oracle cards. Yeah, and then also with adjacent possibilities here, it's like the Seven of Cups in reverse. There's this energy of holding themselves back from their own power and what's possible. They kind of close their mindset, and it's like with the gate. Think about how the gate like restricts and closes off, and so it's almost like this person's world or like mindset or what they think is possible for themselves can be really restricted by this energy, where it's like they're not seeing the different possibilities, or they may even see the different possibilities as like threatening, or it's like it's not known, it's not going to be predictable. Yeah, we have imagine here, and it's like because this person is, there's almost this feeling of being afraid to dream, or afraid to really follow through on those dreams of theirs. There's this energy of needing to dream bigger, and this energy of like the phrase of whatever, if you can dream it, you can believe it. If you can believe it, you can dream it. It's something like that, where it's like you can create what you dream of, like what are your wildest dreams. It feels like this person is cut off from being able to see that as something that matters, or something that they should follow. Yeah, we have breathe. So we have like two cards around rest and rejuvenate and breathe. And so a lot of your person's like actions, I feel like there's this energy of needing to know that this person really struggles to rejuvenate themselves and put themselves first. So it's like there's this energy of like not saying no when they maybe need to rest, or they treat themselves like the last priority. It's like they prioritize everything else over their own self. And so I do feel like this person can be in like a hectic state. We also have flexible here in reverse. Yeah. And so again, this is just that energy of explaining that your person can struggle to follow this Nine of Cups energy. And think about an energy, and I'm sure if you guys like listen to tarot readings, it's like, you know, that when you're manifesting something or you want to create something in your life, to really work with spirit, it really means to hold on to the energy of what inspires you and what you really want energetically, without getting too attached to what that looks like in form. And so I think your person can get very caught up on a specific form of what they think they want, and so it can limit the way they move forward, because if they have something very specific in their mind, they may have like associations with like this is good or this is bad, or like let's say that your person it's like obviously we all want happiness in our life, okay? And so it's like if we are in touch with the vibration of happiness and the feeling of happiness, and then we can navigate our lives as different forms appear, and we can go, is this matching the vibration of happiness for my life? Yes or no? And that's that flexible energy. And then you can easily make decisions and pivot, and it's not too big of a deal when, you know, like you make a decision and maybe it doesn't turn out to be what you expected. Like that's okay. Like kind of recognizing that that's going to be a part of the manifestation process, and it is a journey. It's not like this guaranteed step-by-step linear path. But it's also recognizing that if you have a very specific idea in your head of like, this is good or this is what happiness looks like, then you can live your life miserable, striving for something that you think makes you happy, or holding on to things that you, in your mind, you tell yourself that that equals happiness. But if you just look at the reality, like it doesn't actually make you happy. And so it's just kind of coming into that truth. And it feels like that was a very on par for the energy check-in and like what's going on with your person, where it's like kind of this out of touch energy with their emotions and not wanting to really come to the truth and really like accept the fact that like, oh, maybe I don't want this, or maybe I do need to change this, or maybe, yeah, like maybe the journey isn't so clear and maybe that scares me, but that's the truth, you know? So I feel like that's sort of the energy that your person is in. So let's take into the extended now. We'll get into their feelings. We will look at what they currently want for this connection. What do they see for the future? What are their next actions going to be? What can you expect from this person? And then we'll get you guidance on this connection. So have that link down below. Other than that, if you found this helpful in any way, if you're able to hit the like button, to leave a comment, I really appreciate that. And if you want to see more pick a card readings, I would love for you to subscribe so you're able to be notified, or hit the bell button and you'll be notified when I post new pick a card readings. Other than that, it's been an honor to read for you. Thank you so much for being here, and I hope to connect with you again soon.